What's up, fuckers? It's tea time. Today we have the future operator of a tilt-a-whirl, our good friend Greedy Greg. He's gonna have to get him a job at a county carnival when he loses his job. He doesn't have any special skills other than rig systems and ripping people off. Gregory, we're gonna put you in charge of the carnival games. I know you'll make sure no one leaves with a prize. And it's the best he can hope for, honestly. Greg's the human embodiment of below average, our lazy low-grade governor who's fluent in mansplaining and bigotry. His compassion flew south for the winter and it never came back. And it must have been accompanied by some of his hair, too. Got you a hairline for a ball cap, I see. His greed, however, is evergreen. The Texas power grid failed and the Greg Reaper made $4.6 million off 700 Texans dying. His reward for allowing corporations to offset the cost of damages from the grid failure by adding to Texans' monthly energy bills for decades to come. The grift that keeps on giving. Greg is financially rich, but emotionally and genetically poor. He's got the sex appeal of white dog shit, pale and cracked like a caseless iPhone. He's got more lines in his face than a college wide-ruled notebook. His beady eyes always look like they're being consumed by his marshmallow puff eyelids. Is there an allergic reaction, or is he just squinting because everywhere's brighter than his mama's basement? Either way, he always finds the line to sign any fucked up legislation. He'll sign anything but a DNR. Greg's so awful, his sleep paralysis demon won't even go to bed with him. He couldn't get laid in a brothel with a handful of hundreds. The only time he gets laid is when the lice on his scalp drops a fucking egg. Maybe that's why he runs Texas like a terrorist organization. Lysis. But we just call it Al-Qaeda. Where guns don't need permits, trans kids can't play sports, and lawmakers file bills to make abortions punishable by death. HB 3326. Look it up. It's also the place where the store shelves are empty on Zombie Jesus weekend. All of it brought to you by a political stunt by Bear Shelves Abbott. Lammy Greg is having a Texas-sized temper tantrum over the Biden administration announcing their intention of terminating Title 42, which is a pumpkin tit policy that allowed the swift deportation of immigrants to fight COVID. Anti-mask Abbott doesn't fight COVID with PPE or vaccines. He fights it with xenophobia, a little racism for the respiratory system. And that racism appears to have caused Gregory Wayne to violate the U.S. Constitution by mandating additional inspections of commercial vehicles arriving in Texas from Mexico. Trucks were delayed for more than 12 hours, causing supply chain issues on both sides of the border. Gregory's bitchy border blockade cost millions in spoiled goods. All he did was hurt farmers, restaurants, grocery stores, and the employees that work there, and his constituents. Greg is attacking Mexico's and the U.S.'s economy, so Mexican government officials will sign on and publicly support his border policies. But people like Greg get to flex their political power in a way that negatively impacts others. He knows that he won't have consequences for his actions because he knows that red voters are 2 tits short of an udder and will blame the Biden administration for the inflation that he caused. Tits on Christ. I want everybody to have a great fucking day unless you support Greg's political theater to cover up his failures, demonize immigrants, and get Trump supporters pants tight.